Everyone has to look at whether or not I am following a philosophy or a particular teacher who is not ignorant in my sense of the word, who is just like focused on what he is doing or she is doing. So you have to look at it from a holistic perspective. So I like Ramana Maharishi because I was inspired to talk about this because somebody built a huge temple for a god, and another guru came and then said, this god even doesn't exist, this guy doesn't know what this god is all about. And this question was debated by Ramana Maharishi. He was he was a great guy who was recognized by most people. That doesn't mean that he was not ignorant. Again, it is in my term. So he never used to speak a lot. Only occasionally he answered some questions. Somebody went and asked, Ramana Maharishi, is there a God? Does God exist? Then he asked the question. He put another question to this guy. Do you exist? He said yes. Then God exists. That was his answer. So look at Ramana Maharishi. He never went to school. Or maybe for a few, maybe elementary school, maybe he dropped out of it. I don't know. But he did not have a great education, but everything came to him. But if you read Ramana Maharishi, it is something like reading Krishnamurti. He also never went to formal education, and he claims that everything came to him. And then he also said, don't believe in anything that I am saying, that you figure it out. Now the Ramana Maharishi said, so you say that you exist, then the God exists. That's a great way of looking at things. If you believe that there is God, then there is God. If you don't believe in God, then he doesn't exist. And that is what it is. It is all the fabrications of the mind. Other than that, there is no God. But I will give you another perspective of Manikya Vasagar. The Nadis have said I have been Manikya Vasagar, and I'm not. The Nadi scriptures have said I have been so many people, including Shakespeare. I don't go. I'm not getting excited or de-excited by these statements, but I examine everything that comes to me. So this Manikya Vasagar guy said, the God, the God that he worshipped is Shiva. He said he doesn't have any name, but still I want to take pride and celebrate his 1,000 or several thousands of his names. The truth is, he doesn't have a name, but he has also all these names. Let's celebrate all of his names. And I saw some wisdom in that, because the names represent the characteristics of the divine. What are the characteristics? The supernormal characteristics. So to think of those names of the Almighty, who knows everything and who can do everything. So in the Indian tradition, you go to a temple and then they use about 108,008 names of the gods. We look at what these names are. They are glorification, just like the Christianity says, praise the Lord. Praising the Lord. So you pay the priest to praise the Lord. It's called Archana, praising the Lord. what does it do to you? Praising the Lord is to participate in His mighty qualities, like He is the most intelligent. Even the 100 names of Allah, if you look at them, most merciful, most benevolent, and infinite effulgent light, kind. These are the qualities of, and a punisher. All these things are in the names. So you have to look at these things very carefully and do it. And then you don't have time to do all these things. So that what you have to focus on is one thing, that is 200% life. And that is the fundamental philosophy, 100% spiritual, 100% material. You see most gurus either belong to one or the other group, mostly the other group.